Hey friends, welcome back. We are going to do some shopping today. So I am preparing to do some enhancements at a client's garden next week. It's actually been really fun. So she's already approved 2 containers that I've selected that I will probably pick up tomorrow. And now I'm on the hunt for a few other little pieces. She has requested something sculptural. Don't know what that is yet. We're just thinking. And then she's also kind of thinking about that low bowl that I sent her an image of with like a beautiful spiral topiary in the middle. And so in any event, we are out at Rock Mountain. All right, if you know, you know, these are the folks that I borrowed that beautiful Corten fountain for the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival. I borrowed it from here. They were so generous to let me just take it for a couple days. By the by, I think I actually sold like 4 of them because I kept sending people over there. I literally couldn't keep their business card in stock like more than a couple hours. So we're going to venture in. We're going to see what we can find. And hopefully we'll come away with some great inspiration for my client. And also I may look at some pathway material for my new sneaky squirrel pathway in the cut flower garden. Okay, this gets a holy cannoli from me. Oh my gosh. There is water shimmering down every surface of this fountain. That, you guys, that is spectacular. That is stunning. This would be incredible as a courtyard moment. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is super modern, so it is not the piece for my client. But whoa, Nelly, if you lean modern in your aesthetic and you want something just out of this world good, here she is. Rock Mountain is actually really upped their container game since I was here last. You know, I've been kind of on the hunt for a couple of different things. My client actually has a bunch of these like traditional shapes in her garden with the exposed black clay rim. She has a bunch in red though, which I really have not been able to find. I do see, however, this one, but this is not it. This is not it. So the search continues. Oh my gosh. And look at this giant gunnera. Holy cow. Okay, they've got a ton of gunnera on the property and it is so awesome. And how about this for a giant tree container? That thing is massive. By the way, loving that little lion's head detail. That is so cool. And look at the detail inside the pot. That's so beautiful. Friends, these are easily 5.5 feet tall. Actually, probably taller. I think that's a 6-foot fence behind it. Those are spectacular. I'm telling you, if you are in need of a massive structure, this is it. That is really beautiful too. That placed very strategically in the garden, maybe buried in grasses, framing a little vantage point. That would be very cool. Okay, these also, by the way, I wanted to show you. They are easily 4 and 4.5 feet tall, and they are spectacular. I'm really into some of these classic shapes, and I feel like it's just ripe for playing with them in an unexpected way. Oh my gosh. And it continues on. Oh, there's good stuff back there. Okay, if you are local to Redmond, there's a lot of treasure out here. There's just really amazing pieces. Okay, I see some low bowls over there. Okay, let's see what we can find. Amazing low bowls. One in kind of like a yellowy. This one is kind of in a cool green color. No way. That is not a red one. Are you kidding me right now? That is exactly what she was looking for. I cannot even believe I just found this. That is ridiculous. Okay, I don't know if like the universe is conspiring in like the best possible ways, but it's literally the exact dimensions of that other one. I was afraid it was going to be smaller, and I think it might actually work. Okay. You guys, I'm feeling real lucky today. We're feeling lucky. We're feeling lucky. Okay. I feel tickled that I now get to present my client with two really great options, because for me, I don't want to overwhelm my clients ever. But if I can give them two awesome options, that is like, you know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to walk around, I think, the pond next. Oof. Yes. Let's see him back. Do you see those gorgeous Corten panels? Those suckers are so good. Okay, we're gonna see what other treasures we can find today. Also, pause for Gunnera. You guys, that stuff is so crazy. Also, this is a good place to go if you need Corten planters. They've got a huge amount of Corten planters, all different shapes and sizes, rectangular, square, round, the whole shebang. Also, they do dabble in bamboo. This client also has a little bit of bamboo that is very well behaved. Word to the wise, do not mess with bamboo unless you know what you're doing, because it'll run on you. She'll run on you. But check this out. Look at that epic amount of bamboo. It's something they specialize in. If you're interested in bamboo, I would definitely work with a professional. I am not going to be who you call for that. It's just not me. And I feel like it needs to be installed and protected in such like a purposeful way. I have done it before in containers, but then I like lined it, and then I did bamboo barrier around the container because I was completely neurotic. It still keeps me up at night. Okay, more Corten pieces. You know, it's interesting. That first fountain that I showed you, they had a short one. They have this round one. That is really interesting. This actually looks like it might be a Corten wall. Ooh, that could be really cool with water kind of like coming out this little hole and cascading down. That's amazing. And I bet you that sucker sits atop one of these bad boys. That thing is probably so cool when it is up and running. Man, oh man. Okay, more of this kind of, this is more like a rustic series of pottery. They will traditionally do the glaze on the bottom and then leave the edge exposed in this black clay. But look at this guy. Whoa, Nelly. I love that detail. And by the way, first, a lot of people are kind of asking about dimensions and prices and all that. Just to give you an idea, this is a gorgeous imported antique pot, 28 by 31, $420. It's been here a minute, but this is one of like the really spectacular manufacturers that also does this kind of detail on the inside. I'll show you another one over here. Look at that. So, I mean, $420, this thing is massive. You could easily put a tree in here. This is specifically where I would source a large scale tree planter. But you're also paying for artistry, which if you're shopping at like Home Goods, you're probably not going to get. This is beautiful. And I'm sure there are exceptions. There always are. I love a Home Goods, but this is very spectacular. And then, of course, over here, look at these crazy awesome dishes. Man. Oh, I'm seeing something really cool down here, too. Please hold. Please hold. Incoming sitch. Wait a minute. Okay, we will come back to that. That's Mongolian black basalt. This is the same material as the steps going up to my front door. Incredible planters. Look at that trio of square Corten. Ooh, okay, this is Rufa bamboo. This is actually what my client has. It is real fantastic sun shade. It's vigorous in its growth habit, but it has stayed for me pretty clumping, but don't quote me on it. Bamboo it takes off in different site conditions. This is what I was looking at from a distance. This is an awesome hexagonal. I feel like it's probably used as like a log stacker. Love, 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 love. Also, I probably, you probably turn it on its side and use it as a fire pit too. That thing is awesome. Okay, before I get too distracted, I'm gonna get back on my mission. We know what we're looking for. Artistic elements and the red glazed bowl. Ooh, and try not to fall in a puddle. I want to show you one other thing, which I think is really, really cool. Look at this. This is very much a bird bath on a stick. I think if you are in a small home, maybe a courtyard, you know, you only have a courtyard space, maybe even just on a balcony, that is a very, very awesome low weight solution to adding water to your space. And this is just really spectacular. By the way, if you have recently gotten into the aquatic plant game, this is a great nursery too, because they carry tons of aquatic plants, obviously not in the wintertime, but you know, obviously their supply ebbs and flows just as, you know, they have things coming in, but really interesting lily pad shapes. I mean, look at that gorgeous thing. That is so cool. They look like tiny starbursts. So if you are like an aquatic plant person, again, I have only dipped my baby toe into them. I think as a professional, you need to kind of have a good grasp on like what your jam is. And this is just a great resource if you are an aquatic plant kind of person. Ooh, very cool. Oh my gosh. You guys, these Corten bird baths, 39 bucks a piece. Okay, that is insane drama for 39 bucks. A few people in the comments have actually asked about recommendations for decorative gravel and decorative crushed rock. And I think that Rock Mountain is actually a really great resource for that. As you can see, it's like they have everything from crushed to tumbled. They have glossy, they've got matte finishes. So if you're looking for a little extra special something, this might be a great resource for you as you're adding finishing touches to your space. I mean, look at this. They have this burgundy Mexican beach pebble, which has such a cool, like slight purple cast to it. So they've got a little bit of everything. Here we are in the back stone yard, and this is actually the place where I got the tumbled bluestone that is at the very top of the stairs going to my front door. We actually used it as a little bit, it almost appears like it's some sort of entryway mat, which I kind of love. Also, you know my love of a cobble. This is fantastic. This is such a great way to like edge a little space, add some visual interest. They've got black and they've got the S&P, salt and pepper. And then a few, oh, this is interesting too. These kind of cut rounds. So all that to say, they have so much beautiful stuff out here. I mean, it is worth a look if you are thinking of including any really large scale pottery or natural stone or any sort of Corten piece. This is the jam. I mean, look at this situation. I think we found some really good stuff today. I'm really striking out on that like art piece moment. I am kind of thinking, I did see some beautiful granite orbs. I thought that might be really beautiful. Something very like strong and statement-y, but she does like things that are reflective. And so that might be too muted. The dish though, that low red dish with the terracotta exposed rim, that's very much her jam. And so I think that one might come home, but I need to run it by the client for approval first. What else? Oh my gosh, that Corten bird bath, the little tiny cup, that in terms of price, form, the ability to just elevate a small space, that one, like, if you are anywhere near Redmond, you should come and you should buy that and then send me a picture on Instagram because it's an awesome, awesome piece. And $35, that is like magic. That is like magic money. That elevates a space for such little investment. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to see you in the next one. And in the meantime, say hello to your garden for me.